at this right here, the Black Friday offer from Groove Digital. Now, I know a lot of people have their thoughts about Groove and or different products when it comes to, do they work? Are they supported? Is it a tool that I can actually use in my business? Can I use it to make money? Can I rely on it? Well, here's the deal. I backed this product, and I'm going to double check real quick that I'm actually streaming live, both in the affiliating Facebook group as well as here on YouTube. The thing about it is when you buy a one-time product, you are gambling, right? You're taking a risk. You're taking a risk saying, is this going to work? Is it going to last? Now, you look at the tool like what you see here. Hey, Sultan, how you doing? Thanks for being here. Talking about Groove. I know you bought into Groove and you use it as well as I do, but I want to cover the specific thing that I use about Groove. I had a very specific use case for buying Groove, and I actually backed Groove in May 2019. So back in May 2019, they came out with a cloud-based page builder, and that's what I was interested in. And I don't remember exactly where I heard about it, and I didn't know anything about Mike Flisame. And one of the things about this project, Groove, is he is the face of the project. Sort of, he's the big idea guy that generated sort of the idea and got the team together. But he had, at the time, he was working on Kartra, I believe, and then he had a webinar platform. So he has a history of building platforms, but he also, depending on who you talk to, has a history of either leaving those platforms unfinished and or leaving before they get finished because of differences or whatever. And I don't really want to go into that. What I want to talk about today is the fact that Groove has this Black Friday deal. Now, like I said, I got this lifetime for a really, really low price as a backer for what at the time was GroovePages. And then they added everything that you see inside of Groove. But what I want to cover today is the Black Friday exclusive, the lifetime deal for Groove.cm, which effectively is the apps. It's the tools inside of Groove, directly sort of tied. When they first started and they were branded as Groove Funnels, because the idea was they were competing with ClickFunnels. And that's the reason I purchased Groove for a one-time price as a backer, is because I wanted a cloud-based page builder. Now, that is my very, very specific use case that I have for using Groove or for backing it. But this price, $13.97, if you were to take just the idea and the concept of paying one time, and I didn't pay anywhere near that for the access that I got, but that was in 2019. But this is supposedly, they're saying this time this is going to be the end of the lifetime deal. Now, there are other deals on this page to include Groove AI, and then they have they have a bundle where you pay a little bit more for both Groove AI and Groove, or all the apps inside of Groove. Then they have this collective mastermind and something else here about Groove Agency. I'm not talking about any of that stuff to include Groove AI. Now, my personal opinion is Groove and Groove AI is just going to be too far behind the curve to ever catch up when it comes to AI, and the fact that they are just accessing the API of OpenAI to actually generate their AI content. So you're buying a front end for AI. And I just want to make it real clear that I didn't back Groove AI, and I don't recommend anyone does, or I don't recommend anyone backs that, because my opinion in the world of AI, it's just moving too fast. And the fact that you can get ChatGPT Plus for $20 monthly and get access to everything they have and all their new innovations, Groove AI to me just doesn't make sense. Now, I remember I bought into, was it Jarvis or Jasper AI, which is kind of like what, when I see the Groove AI demo, it makes me see and feel like how I felt when I was in Jasper AI. And I just didn't like it. It didn't work for me. I didn't actually start using AI until OpenAI released ChatGPT, and I was able to go in and actually use AI based upon my thoughts and my process versus templates. and this idea or this concept of pushing a button and it creating this entire marketing funnel for me. I've seen that with, or excuse me, I've seen that with Go High Level inside of GrowthWorks. And GrowthWorks has this white label of Go High Level, and they're sort of pitching this idea to coaches and consultants that you can push a button and it'll generate your course and all your marketing stuff. And I'm just really not sold because I haven't seen anyone do that successfully. And again, the focus here is the very specific concept or the idea of a one-time purchase literally being a crapshoot or a gamble or a risk. And you understanding, just like I did in May 2019, understanding that you have a very specific use case and saying to yourself, I am buying this one time, for example, Groove, and I'm going to get into this in a second and show you inside of my account and why I use it and how I use it. But the Black Friday deal for Groove, and again, for me, it's just GroovePages, but I do have access to the other tools that I do use somewhat, and I'm going to show you that. But the idea here is $13.97 for a lifetime. You get access to all the Groove apps with the restrictions of, I think there's some restrictions here, up to 100,000 contacts, but you get unlimited leads. Basically, everything's fully unlocked and unlimited. So if you were to go and you were to look at ClickFunnels, the full plan that would be equal to Groove, and I'm not talking about the aspects of what ClickFunnels does right now versus what GroovePages, GrooveFunnels, and GrooveMail and everything does right now, because truthfully, GrooveFunnels or Groove is still on the catch up, right? They're still building out what they had promised years ago, and they still have yet to deliver on everything. And again, that goes back to why I don't think that they'll be able to catch up in the AI space. And again, that's why I say I don't recommend Groove AI. I want to be very specific. I'm just talking about the Black Friday deal for Groove.cm at $13.97. So ClickFunnels, $2.97 a month. Then to go back, like what I was talking about, Go High Level, $2.97 a month. Now, Go High Level, if you were to dive into everything, the full CRM capability and the tools and everything that works inside of Go High Level, of course, people have problems with Go High Level and they need support just like they do with Groove, just like they do with any other tool. But it also has things like WordPress and social media planners, and they have all these invoicing and payments and AI-powered content fields. But their big thing is the white label. And that's what sort of Groove is going towards, and that's their concept and their idea, and that's what they're pitching you. But I want to pitch you on the idea of thinking about how you can, for $13.97 versus $2.97 a month, which is ClickFunnels and Go High Level, is $3,500, $3,564 a year if you were to do $2.97 times 12. So that's $3,500 a year. If you were to purchase this with the thought and the concept and the idea of, for $13.97, I can get access to a very specific tool set, for example, for specific use case of like I use it. So when I log into my Groove account, and that's what we're at right now, we're inside of my Groove account, you have all these tools: GroovePages, GrooveSell, GrooveMail, GrooveMember, GrooveVideo, GrooveBlog, GrooveCart, which is e-commerce, so it's kind of out of the scope of what I do, GrooveWebinar. Now, I'll be very straightforward with the fact that GrooveSell doesn't do what I need because of specific API or integrations for the product that I use that replaces GrooveMember. So for GrooveMember, I have Product Dino, which does my products and my collections. Now, Product Dino, I actually purchased for a one-time price for the same price that I got Groove for, but I got this in 2017. So I still use that today and it still works. The lifetime price for, or the lifetime option for Product Dino has been gone for years. So GrooveSell to GrooveMember doesn't work, or GrooveSell to GrooveMember works, but GrooveMember doesn't do what I needed to do, or I've already established myself with Product Dino. So for me, GrooveSell is ThriveCart. Now, ThriveCart does have a one-time price. ThriveCart's going through some growing pains right now, and they are having some issues because they have tried to upgrade. And you've seen this in the past, especially with one-time deals, where when they try to make the transition, or they're still stuck in the one-time offer, moving to the sort of monthly subscription plan, or where they have memberships and they have that recurring fee, they have issues like this, especially when they try to grow. So what they did is just like what Groove does now, and they have ThriveCart allows you to build pages so you can sell them. Well, when they built their pages and sort of enhanced their cart mechanism, they kind of broke things, but they are working on it. Again, one-time price. I got ThriveCart for the same price I got Groove, for the same price I got Product Dino, and I haven't paid to use any of those tools. So going back to that, for example, $297 a month, if I was to purchase a equivalent product that Product Dino does for me, or the function that Product Dino does for me, I'd be paying in that $3,300 or $3,500 range. I'd also be paying the same if I went with SamCart or pay Kickstart. And of course, you know my issues with using a cart system like Warrior Plus. I think Warrior Plus has great tools, but the marketplace is just too, for lack of a better way to say it, scammy and or scummy because of what they do with the leads and the way they promote all the junk that is at the top of the leaderboard weekly of everything that happens on Warrior Plus. But the concept and the idea here is to go back and look. So GrooveMail, for example, I don't use GrooveMail. It's still, like I said at the beginning, it's still coming up like all of the apps. So the idea and the concept of using GrooveMail, it's just not possible because I can't use GrooveMail because it doesn't do the things I need to do, or connecting a third-party SMTP, which I actually have access to the Groove SMTP sender. So it's not an issue for me, but it's just too clunky and it's not as polished. And as well, when I'm inside of GetResponse, which is the autoresponder I use, and that's one of the things, when you pick your tools, pick the tools that work for you. When I first started, I actually started with, what's it called? Aweber. I started with Aweber, but before that, I started with the other one, and I can't think of the name of it, that doesn't support affiliate marketers. And I moved to Aweber because I wanted to add my affiliate links directly. And then I moved to GetResponse, but I moved to GetResponse for another very specific use case. The idea, MailChimp. I started with MailChimp and then they kicked me off because I'm an affiliate marketer. Then I moved to Aweber. Then I moved to GetResponse, but I moved to GetResponse because I had a very specific use case. I was working in a mastermind in a group of people, and we were working together and we were sharing templates for automation. So we build out automations and we get automations, and we have specific funnels for these automations inside of GetResponse, and you can share those templates. You can share them, you can upload them, and then you can manage them yourself. The other thing that I would mention about GetResponse is the support. So if you need GetResponse support, all you simply do is you come down here and there's a button here, or you press help and you can press a live chat. This live chat pops up and you start the chat and you get instant live support. So in that case, you get what you pay for. I pay monthly for GetResponse. If I need support, I hit that chat button. They start chatting with me. They can jump right into my account and they can help me with automations or anything else that is broken. So the fact that I pay monthly for GetResponse is because I need that tool. So GrooveMail, and one of the things about Groove support is it's kind of like I was talking about ThriveCart, where they're overwhelmed. And Groove is going away from the free plan because they're overwhelmed with free plan support tickets. And the fact that people get a free account and they don't really understand the fact that it's locked down, but they have so many other issues that they're still trying to build out that they're trying to get to work. Now, so I've talked about the things that I use and the things that I need. So for GrooveVideo, I use Vimeo. I've used Vimeo again before I bought Groove, and I have tons of videos. They're trustworthy. It does what I need. It also has the ability to host virtual events or webinars. I can also screen record here with my webcam. Also for streaming, I use StreamYard. And if you go to Groove Webinar, for example, if you were to pick this, and this is what I'm showing you about a one-time deal. When I purchased Groove as a backer, it was an alpha or it was a beta program. Like it was a work in progress. They moved out of that, but honestly, they didn't. Because if you go into the webinar software and you want to do a webinar, only thing you have here is automated. You don't have the ability to go live, to broadcast like I'm doing right now with StreamYard. And again, streaming here or do a meeting. So have up a meeting like you do with Zoom or whatever. But those are the types of things that sort of were promised or that are on the roadmap for Groove. So when you look at those things and you say, okay, well then why would I back or why would I get this lifetime deal? It goes back to this very specific use case of Groove. So for $13.97, you go look at ClickFunnels, $2.97, you go look at Go High Level. Of course, Go High Level has a lot of these other features, but for me as an affiliate marketer or as a person that sells digital products, I don't need or I don't want a lot of that CRM stuff because I'm not doing the type of things that they're doing on the sales back end. But it's $297 if you want that tool. That's $3,500 or $3,564. Or with a very specific use case of Groove.cm lifetime, I can pop back into GroovePages and GrooveFunnels. And then once inside of GroovePages and GrooveFunnels, understanding and knowing that GroovePages and GrooveFunnels, and I want to highlight this, and Sultan here real quick, he said nothing beats GrowthWorks. Yeah, I like Aaron Fletcher and his Fletcher method, and I like where he was going with GrowthWorks. And I actually have GrowthWorks, but I don't have the AI edition of GrowthWorks, and I don't have the white label of Go High Level GrowthWorks because I don't need any of that because I'm not a pure consultant or coach. And I wasn't very impressed with his AI demonstration. And again, it's just API access to the back end of OpenAI. And again, I think that's where people are having the disconnect, or the problem is going to be they're not going to be able to keep up with the pace that AI is going to move. And again, why I don't say anything or why I don't recommend Groove AI. But back to this use case inside of GrooveFunnels. So for example, 30minutemarketing.net. This is the site that I've created for 30minutemarketing.net. Now, if you were to come over here and you were just to simply go to 30minutemarketing.net, a while back, I was looking at my site and I have malware. So as you know, inside of WordPress technically, if you sort of dig into details, is a SQL database, and they have all your data, all your posts, all your pages is stored in that database. Once that database is affected with malware, basically, or in reality, the only way to clean it is to delete it. So what I did here is I linked out to my blog, 30minutemarketing.blog, and I did a Groove blog test or a proof of concept utilizing AI, ChatGPT, and Koala Writer here on the channel, where I built a complete AI blog and I used Groove blog, and that's what this is. So understanding and knowing, going back to the specific use case inside of Groove, when you start building Groove pages, these are very simple pages. I use them as pages. I don't try to do what you would do on a WordPress website with multiple themes or a very specific theme and multiple plugins that do very specific tasks, because Groove pages and or funnels isn't that. It is not WordPress. It is not an open source or extensible WordPress sort of architecture where you can upload or go buy themes, upload themes, and go buy and upload plugins to make WordPress stand up and do different things that it wasn't originally intended to do. So inside of the page builder, you're thinking more of like ClickFunnels, where you build a page, you build a funnel. But yes, you can build a website too, but there's no database on the back end of this. It is simply just static pages that you build right here. But you can see here, I actually built a page, and for that to happen, it's the index. So under settings, and again, it's all about knowing and understanding the tool, I redirected it to 30minutemarketing.blog, which is built on Groove blog. So you can see here that I've just taken these and I've created these posts sort of as a placeholder now until I really get back into building out my site. I had a lot of old content that wasn't needed. And again, like I said, I had malware on my WordPress site. So I blew that away. I put it up on Groove blog. I went to Groove pages. I redirected the index page here to be, or to point over to my blog using Groove blog. But the rest of these pages are legal pages. So for example, just very simply static legal pages. I actually just took the HTML and embedded it there. But if you were to look at that, it's a legal page. You can click here, that'll open up, and you can see I just needed to get the text up there. I didn't need it to be anything like other than the text so that I'm compliant. And then I have a footer here that links to all the other pages and goes back to 30minutemarketing.net. Very simple, easy to do. And then the next thing I do is I use it for sales pages. So I'm using it for a very specific use case of the fact that I need to create a sales page. I create the sales page. It's tied to my domain. So under my hosting options, I have it linked to 30minutemarketing.net. And then I simply build out, I embed the videos that I host over on Vimeo for the VSL. And then I have a button here, and that button links to ThriveCart. So if you look at all the things that I'm doing with these pages, I have a very specific use case to just build out pages on 30minutemarketing.net. So then if I want to do something like go to Facebook and run ads, I have my domain 30minutemarketing.net, which is tied to my Facebook page and my Facebook advertising. So it's all legit and legal and matches up, and I can run ads and I don't have any issues. But that is the very specific use case. And as you can see, it's not just 30minutemarketing.net. When I had Publisher Report, my old YouTube channel, I built out a site for Publisher Report, and I did the same thing. I had Publisher Report bonuses. So Publisher Report bonus is literally a site full of pages where I took Publisher Report and I said, I want to create bonus pages. So for example, if I wanted to create a bonus page, I just said, here's a bonus page for this product. Here's everything you need to know, and then click this button. It leads over to the button. Then I created an opt-in page. After someone buys it and gets my bonus, they go to this page, or this page is delivered to them, and then they opt in right here through this form. Again, this goes back to get response for me because I can't use GrooveMail in its current state. It just doesn't work for me. I think for very basic use, if you're just getting started with email marketing, it could work for you. But again, my focus is on a one-time offer for a very specific use case of GroovePages. And here I have a bonus delivery page. They opt in, and guess what happens? I deliver the bonus. Now here's where I use a piece of Groove. And again, this is stepping back and understanding specific use case. So when you go to download the bonuses, you're going to see here, if they click on this button, the configuration here is to a URL to GrooveMember. It didn't show up there, but the link is right there to GrooveMember. Oh, because I wasn't clicked on the button. So the link to click on the button, it's not showing up right there. I'm not sure why, but if I publish it, we'll go ahead and go over to the page. And if you were to click on it, it'll take you over to app.groove.cm. Here is a download for the bonus. The bonus file is delivered through a functionality inside of GrooveMember. So again, the Groove page that I built here, if I was to go back to the dashboard and go back to GrooveMember, I don't specifically, or go back to the dashboard and go back to GrooveMember, I don't specifically use GrooveMember, but I use a function of GrooveMember. So inside of GrooveMember, when you're looking at this file or this page right here, to download this file to deliver my bonus, this is a function of GrooveMember. But as a standalone option, I can just come in here. I don't need to create a membership. I don't need to create a course or a portal. I can just click files, and then I can store those files right here. And here's the action. I can copy that URL, then I can add this file, or I can add this URL to download this file onto my bonus page that you see right here as a bonus page that I created, again, inside of GroovePages. So a very specific use case here for looking at what Groove is offering right now for a very specific use case, based on the fact that Groove is not perfect, and all of the one-time products that I've ever bought are not perfect. Even the products that I paid monthly for are not perfect. But looking at this as a price, $1,397, $1,400, $1,400 based upon looking at ClickFunnels or Go High Level. If you have a very specific use case of just building pages to deliver bonuses and or squeeze pages, or to do like what I am doing right now for 30minutemarketing.net, just to hold the place of my blog until I get it fixed and go back to WordPress, that's $3,564. You can get that for a one-time price of $1,397. And here, like I said, I've showed you a very specific use case of why you can do it, and the whole point in the process. And there is a link in the description to pick this up, because like I said, I backed this in May of 2019, and I have more than doubled, tripled, quadrupled my money from using GroovePages to build out pages. And then you saw how I deliver those bonuses using the files inside of GrooveMember, so I can host my bonus files right there, link them inside of my Groove page. And then also I'm using it, or it has the ability right now, I can still use it to be a placeholder for my blog until I build it out. And I've simply used the functionality in a very specific use case, saving myself $3,500 a year, because I don't need all of the things inside of ClickFunnels, which I don't even like ClickFunnels in the first place. First time I tried it, I just didn't enjoy the experience. And Go High Level just has all the stuff that I don't need at that $297 price point. So that's basically what this is about. And Sultan here says, for me, what's missing is Groove is limited integrations. Yes. They don't integrate anything, so you'd have to go to do a Zap or Zapier. And like I said, I can't sell from GrooveSell and automatically link to Product Dino. The connection is not there yet as of last time I checked. And the other problem is, as a marketplace, it's just not, or you have to get affiliates to sign up to GrooveSell or GrooveMember, just like you do for ThriveCard or Pay Kickstarter, even ClickBank or anything like that. You still have to embrace the marketplace or the cart. But the seamless integration with Warrior Plus, JVZoo, and ClickBank doesn't exist. Groove SMTP is not ready. GrooveMail, right, doesn't have stats. Actually, Sultan, there's no stats anywhere. Like analytics inside of Groove has never worked. They had it when they first brought it out. The analytics for like page visits worked really well. It's a basic function, but again, they're still focused and working on the core. And they've recently changed dev teams to get ready for the integration of Groove AI, which right now Groove AI is going to be a standalone product. And then Groove.cn is going to be a standalone product. But essentially, and the big idea and the big thing, when I bought GroovePages, I was just like, cool, GroovePages. I want a cloud-based page builder. So I made my investment. And I've been using it ever since. And again, like I said, I make money every day using GroovePages to either put people on an email list, so as an opt-in page or a squeeze page, also a sales page, and then to deliver my bonuses. But the idea and the concept was GrooveMail was going to be this focal point to tag everyone and to be able to track all the actions inside of everything that they did. So you get a lead or someone makes a purchase, GrooveMail fires off an automation. They go and watch a video, or you sign them up for a webinar, and then they see all this stuff. And you could send them over to your blog, and you could tag them along the way, get all this fully integrated, kind of like if you know or understand Infusionsoft, where they have all these abilities to tag everyone and do behavior-based marketing. That's the concept. That's the idea. But Groove still hasn't got there. But I pulled back and said, you know what? I need the function that I need. So I don't complain about all that other stuff, because I actually backed GroovePages and GrooveFunnels. The rest of it for me, in a one-time backer scenario or a one-time price, was a very specific use case of using GroovePages and GrooveFunnels for a cloud-based page builder in my business, right? So again, GrooveMail automation is limited. Yeah, Sultan, that's the thing, right? We know that it's limited as backers, but we are still backers of a project. And I think that's the hardest thing for a lot of people to understand, is when they make an investment like this. And that's why I wanted to talk about and go through the one-time products that I use, because you see something, a Black Friday sale, we have something for everyone in the Groove family. You go down, you look at the gifts, you go down here and you see this, right? And you see it's a lifetime deal. It's $1,397. It's $1,400. And you look at everything they tell you they can do, and just unfortunately, it doesn't do all that yet. Now, I think, and like I said, I backed it in 2019. It's now going into 2024. GroovePages and GrooveFunnels, for me, in a very specific use case, have never let me down, because all I need to do is create the page, press publish, and it has worked for me. It's continued to work for me since I backed that project, GroovePages and GrooveFunnels. I've gone back and forth testing a few of the other things. They're just not there. Therefore, I still have the products, either the one-time products that I purchased where I got a lifetime deal. I use those, and or I still pay monthly for things like Vimeo, StreamYard, GetResponse. And I do that because I know that I pay them monthly for them to support me the way that I need to be supported as a real online business. So that is my pitch, if you will. It's not the best pitch in the world, because honestly, I'm not trying to pitch you on GrooveFunnels. I'm trying to give you some insight to what the Black Friday deal is for Groove, and the fact that I wanted to be very clear that I don't back Groove AI. I don't back anything else inside of what they're selling, other than the fact with a very specific use case, if you need a cloud-based page builder, that it works. And there's some other small functionalities inside of the apps that you can work. For example, the way that I showed you inside of GrooveMember, where I host those files to grab leads or buyers. Once they make a purchase, I can give them that bonus page. They can opt in. They can click download. It downloads the file from GrooveMember inside of that files option, and it simply works. I've never had a problem with anyone telling me they couldn't get their file or they couldn't get their bonus. So that is the very specific use case. And that is why I would spend, if it was up to me and I was in the same place I was in 2019 and I needed a page builder, I would spend $1,400 and I would throw the dice and I would say, you know what? I'm going to give this a go and see if it works, because I know over the next year, I will be able to 10X, 20X, whatever X my money based upon the fact that I am going to use GroovePages and GrooveFunnels to make pages, sales pages, opt-in pages, bonus delivery pages. And that is the thing that I'm going to use that GroovePages does really well. Because I tell you what, I honestly like GroovePages. I got used to it. I like the way it works. And remember, I've been in it since 2019. So I've saw about 3 or 4 different variations of the UI or the user interface. And right now it's really, really pretty good. Like, it works. I don't have a lot of problems, but I don't do, like I said, I'm not trying to build out, or I'm not trying to do what a lot of people want to do. I'm not paying $1,400 and then thinking that I can do everything that WordPress does, especially a lot of people out there that have these complicated sites with a lot of database functionality on the back end and plugins that do very specific tasks. You cannot do that on GroovePages or GrooveFunnels or in GrooveBlog. And like Sultan had said here, Groove is for basic use. Like Millen Mia said, but I believe in Groove. That's why I'm still using it. Yeah, I believe in GroovePages. And I tell Groove every time they have a thing, or when Mike Flisame does a live, or I'm talking to David Lemon, or they do anything in the Facebook group and they make a big announcement, all I ever tell them, and you can go look it up, I tell them every time, please just don't break GroovePages. Please, if you're going to shut the lights off and you're going to go out of business, let me know, or give someone a chance to purchase GroovePages and spin it off, right? Give me a chance and a shot to know that I need to not use it. But I like GroovePages. It works for me in this very specific use case. And they don't have, exactly, don't mess with my GroovePages, Sultan. That's all. That's what I always tell them. Every time they have anything going on, I just say, please don't mess with GroovePages. Don't break GroovePages. It's been working for me since 2019. And for $1,400, I'm telling you, it'll work for you too. And one of the things you do if you buy through my link, obviously, if you need help with GroovePages or anything inside of Groove, just to understand what you can do, what you can't do. And if you need technical help, just reach out to me and I will definitely help you. All right. There's a link in the description for GroovePages. Check out. I wanted to reframe this offer for you to understand that I'm not pitching Groove. I'm pitching a very specific use case for you to save yourself a lot of money by picking up this one-time offer and taking a gamble and risking it for a year, 2 years, and making some money, but always thinking and always knowing that you have to pivot, or you have to be ready to move at a moment's notice to the next thing, and be thinking about what it is, what functionality you need from the tools and the technology in your business. But Groove has this right now. Again, link in the description. It'll take you directly over to this page. I'm not doing anything fancy. The link's there for you if you want it. Pick it up. And like I said, if you do, reach out to me. Let me know. $1,397. You can do the same thing I'm doing with GroovePages, a very, very specific use case. All right. If you got any questions, just let me know in the comments and I'll get right back to you. And like I said, pick it up. Very specific use case. It works for me. I believe in it. I know it'll be around for at least a year, 2 years at the most. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to worry about it. Is what I'm saying. It'll be around and it works. GroovePages and GrooveFunnels work for a very specific use case that I use it for building pages. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Appreciate everyone's time. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.